My name is Andy Matthews from Dallas, Texas. Factor VIII severe hemophiliac, have hepatitis C for 20 years or so, HIV positive, long-term survivor. I actually grew up in Corpus Christi, Texas. This local hematologist we met that literally lived across the street from me, he told my mom if you could get factor, or back at the time it was cryoprecipitate, in Andy as quick as you can in a home setting, he'll do okay. And that's all we did. We didn't have anything more than that. We just had a knowledgeable doctor, knowledgeable parents, but we were one of the first people that started giving cryoprecipitate in the home. I actually had news stories. I had a Naval Air Station a VT-31 squadron donated blood for me, so on a routinely basis, and I would go and get my cryoprecipitate from the blood bank for nothing, where I pay maybe $800,000 a year for factor today. I literally for 18 years got it for zero. All I had to pay was about 15 bucks was the ancillary supplies. So every time we'd need a shot, I mean, it was an arduous process. You'd have to go get it out, they come in like bags and it looks like orange juice. You'd thaw it out in the sink. It took 15, 20, 30 minutes. Then you'd have to draw it up in a big bag, and it would always get clogged up with what kind of looked like gunky snot. I mean, it was just a membrane, and then you would infuse it in you, and you would actually taste it. I mean, as you were giving it, you could, taste it on your tongue. It was funny. Occasionally, you would get reactions because basically what's happening is you're reacting from other people's blood, and the reactions weren't so fun. You would just break out in hives all over you, and literally, I don't know why to this day, but imagine yourself itching so bad, you literally just had to take all your clothes off. So you literally had to strip down to your birthday suit, and then generally you would get naked and get in the bathtub because you would soak in a calamine lotion or something like that is the only way to stop it, and then eventually it'd go away. When I went to summer camp, they felt sorry for me because I didn't have factor, so they would give me factor that was left over, and I assume I contracted it with the factor that they gave me over the years. Yeah, I was actually called up to the Dallas Treatment Center because I was going to college at Stephen F. Austin State University in East Texas, and they said that they wanted to see me. So I went up there, and I think because I was not from Dallas, I was there all by myself, and the doctor told me I had this thing called HIV. Well, they kind of knew how you got it, and pretty much it was bloodborne, but the problem was most other people didn't know. So I still remember to this day, I was going back to college scared to death, and my roommate even making a comment. I mean, I would tell just a few people, but I mean very few. You just did not. But I had a real good the rest of my college, but I did kind of have that kind of around my neck. I will say I probably dealt with it better than most people because it hit me for a while, but after a while I just said, hey, this is what God gave me. I'm supposed to deal with it, and I dealt with it, and I didn't let it just control my life. The way I view my hemophilia, HIV, hepatitis C, my bum ankle that gets me to just wanting to put my fist through the door sometimes because I can't even walk. I still have to go back to, I was given a gift. I was created with hemophilia, obviously, and I think it's the greatest gift I was ever given because it's made me much stronger. I think most of my friends that don't have hemophilia, I don't think are near as rich, not monetarily, just as a life as I am. I've gotten to see things, got to go do more things. I have a whole nother set of friends. I have my non-hemophilia, and then I have my hemophilia friends. And so, we lost a baby here recently, and we had both sets of friends at our funeral, and it was a very wonderful feeling to have that type of support. I wouldn't have had that had I not had hemophilia. One thing that I could tell you as a young parent is, look at hemophilia as a great thing. Tell your kid. It's kind of like your kid doesn't know you love them unless you tell them. Same thing. Tell them he's going to be something great one day. He has hemophilia. Don't let that discourage him just because maybe he can't play on the football team. He's going to do some great things, far surpassing maybe his brothers and sisters that didn't have hemophilia, or maybe not his brothers and sisters, but maybe his friends and so forth. So try to build that self-esteem and use his hemophilia as a very positive impact. We lost a daughter in February of this last year. She had Down syndrome. She was 6.5 months old. And I will say the only way that I could have dealt with that was, number one, my faith, and number two, because I had hemophilia. And I remember when she was diagnosed with Down syndrome 2 days after she was born, I remember the doctors telling us that, and we were crying, very upset. And I got thinking, I got back to the room and it was almost like somebody died. And I'm like, why are we acting like this? You know, just because she has Down syndrome, there's millions of people that deal with Down syndrome. I've dealt with hemophilia, HIV, I can deal with this. So I called the Down Syndrome Society, and I very much, in literally like a couple of hours, started empowering myself. And I will say that to you. You don't know what lot you're going to be dealt in life. So consider hemophilia kind of training ground for something else that might come along in life, because I will tell you, something will come along in life and you'll be happy that you had hemophilia to kind of prepare that way.